investing in new property, or lowering your loan repayments. Let Bendigo Bank give your home loan a full check-up to make sure it's still right for you and your needs. New or existing customers, find your better home loan at Bendigo Bank, the better big bank. Lending criteria, terms, conditions, fees and charges apply.
I'm a selfish prick. I drive home after drinking because I'd rather spend money on booze than a cab. Because I can't be bothered going back to my car in the morning. Because I've done it before. Because I can handle the booze and I only had a couple. I drive home after drinking. Yeah, I am a selfish prick.
Think road safety. A message from the Government of South Australia.
It's Edward from Edwardstown Mazda. The M event is on now. It's really big. So here's a big person to tell you more.
Thanks, Edward. He's right. Our once-a-year M event is on now and it's big.
How big?
Think huge M event factory bonuses plus a $2,000 trade-in bonus exclusive to Edwardstown Mazda.
Wow.
I know. The M event on now.
Now play that jingle sing, please.
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda.
Looking to build or renovate? Then talk to Rundle Blinds and Curtains to plan your window furnishings. Including your blinds and curtains in your designs means you can incorporate the latest in smart home technology and installation innovations, such as ceiling recessing and double tracking. Rundle Blinds and Curtains work closely with your builders and architect to make the process seamless for stunning results. Rundle Blinds and Curtains, Adelaide's premier window furnishings company. Book a consultation with our Kings Park team. Visit rundleblinds.com.au.
Four-wheel driving? If you want to get there, you want to be TJM equipped. TJM, Nailsworth and Clovelly Park.
This is the FIVEAA Fishing Show, presented by Ned McHenry.
It's 28 minutes to 7. Welcome along to the FIVEAA Fishing Show. All thanks to TJM. We're at Nailsworth and Clovelly Park. If you're four-wheel driving, you want to get there, you need to be TJM equipped. Sam Tugwell in the host chair alongside the great man, the superstar, the man who makes it all happen. He is the expert. He is the great Ned McHenry.
Can you calm down
Did you
with
like
that
that
intro, please?
There's a little bit of padding in there because you clearly were not ready. You've been running around like a blue-ass fly
I know,
for the last
it's because we've got
2
so
minutes.
much coming up on the show. I'm organising, I'm throwing numbers to our producer, Justin. I'm saying, man, we need him here. And there's Cookie from Marion Bay. He's coming on after the break. That's what I'm saying. I'm just bursting with enthusiasm about what's coming up on the show.
I'm so excited. So let's talk about it. We've got, of course, your hotspots later, which are going to be good. You've got a charter to talk to?
Yes. So we're going to speak to Cookie. I mean, when we speak to these people on the show, charter operators, skippers alike, Sammy, they just give us these funny names. I mean, it's either Cookie or it's Sticks. We spoke to Sticks.
Yeah, we did Sticks, that's right.
3 weeks ago.
So Cookie, that's all he goes by, Cookie.
Well, he just goes by
All
Cookie.
right.
There's something about a fisherman that just they go by these funny names.
I love that.
It's like, yeah, I feel like every charter boat captain's got some nickname like Bones or something like that. It's just one syllable,
They're good,
and that's what they go by.
There'd be some good names out there. Might as well share them with us. Say 2230000. Good skipper names. It's clearly one word, and they're always a little bit obscure.
Well, yeah, let's throw it out to our audience. Do you have a mate, or whether they go fishing or they don't, and you just hear them as just that one syllable nickname? Like, it's all they go by?
So my brother, nothing to do with fishing, but his nickname is Nugget.
Right.
He's been Nugget probably since he was about 4 years old.
Yep.
No one knows him as his real name.
Well, why is he called Nugget?
I don't know.
Is he
I'm
shaped
his
like
brother.
a nugget?
I don't know.
He wouldn't be if he's your brother. You're lean, mean, fighting machine, Sammy.
So is he.
He's not stocky.
No, he's not stocky at all.
Okay.
We don't. Golden Nugget, we're not quite sure.
Did he eat a crazy amount of nuggets?
We don't
maybe?
know, but he just goes by Nugget.
Oh my goodness.
So that's the
Nugget.
thing. There's just people with names, singular nicknames. Anyway, this is beside the point. Coming up on the show as well, Wreckfish SA. We're going to speak to Andrew Harris.
We're going to speak to Andrew Harris. He has a very normal and non-complicated name, just Andrew. No one-syllable nickname there, Sammy. But he competed in the Port Lincoln Tuna Comp over the weekend. So Rowie was talking about it briefly. Huge prize money in that competition.
Yeah.
And they were leading on Saturday. So we're going to hear about how he went over there at Port Lincoln, how that tuna's run, and what they were thinking on Saturday when they were staring right down the barrel of $30,000 prize money.
Wow, that's an impressive situation. But what we did last week was a lot of fun. We talked a lot about carp,
It was
catching
hilarious.
carp, but then what do you do with it once you've caught it?
Isn't
And
our
then-
audience brilliant? Engagement is what we love on the show, and the
Yes.
callers make the show. When we hear about some of these stories or recipes in this case, it's just absolutely fantastic. So we put the question out, didn't we, Sammy?
Yes.
We said, if you catch a carp, is there a way you can actually prepare it? And they were brilliant, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. There were some awesome different kinds of ways. We've even got someone sending in a recipe as we speak on the text line about how to cook particular fish. It doesn't have quite a name on what kind of fish it is, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But
Okay.
seriously, our listeners are great value. They're giving us some good ideas on how to cook carp.
Okay, here we go. Yes,
you're
I'm
looking at it now too.
I'm looking at that right now. Hence why I'm a little bit quiet and perplexed. I'm just going through those steps with
It's
the
even
recipe.
got like a drawn-out
Is it a
diagram of the
lemon?
fish.
That's me. Hang on.
It's a
Is
fish.
that Chris Jarmer on the text line? Oh. Chris, get him on. Chris, is that you sending in complex recipes, mate?
Yeah, so that's my dad's old drawn-up recipe. So, like, he is the carp expert. You should have actually been speaking to him, but he's got a thick Austrian accent, so maybe I'm better off taking over.
Well, we need you to take over. Our listeners will know you, Chris Jarmer, the absolute chef extraordinaire. If you can do it, sorry, mate, if you're saying that carp is going to be delicious to eat, well, then I trust you, mate. Whatever you cook, I eat. Simple as that.
Yeah, well, so my dad, chef as well, born in Austria. There's a restaurant in Vienna which is dedicated to carp. So, but what they catch over there is the Serbian carp, which is a little bit different to what they introduced over here. So the European carp they introduced to the Murray. The carp in Europe has a lot bigger bones. So the carp here, you can eat it, but the only thing is what you would normally, you'd scale the fish and fillet it, and normally the top loin you would use in any fish is the best part, but in the carp, if you do not want the bones, you just use the belly side.
Okay, Chris. First little pearl of wisdom there.
If you're afraid of bones, you throw because they're not expensive and you can easily catch them, you throw the top loin away or use it for yabby bait or whatever you want to use it for. But the bottom loin, we soak it in water first, and then we soak it in milk or buttermilk, add a little bit of garlic, because, look, the carp can be a little bit muddy. Mm-hmm. So, garlic helps disguise that flavour. But saying that, I was speaking to Ange from International Oyster today as well,
yes.
And there's a guy out of the Coorong that catches a heap of carp and sends it into state and sends it to the Safcol markets. And our Vietnamese and Chinese community love it. And they're not afraid of the bones, and they will cook it whole, throw a whole lot of oyster sauce on there,
yes.
chili sauce, and they're not afraid of the bones. But if you're afraid of the bones, use this recipe. There's a diagram there. You can put it up. So cut it in half, just use the belly part, soak it in milk, and it's almost like salt and pepper carp. Throw some spices in the flour, some paprika or some Cajun spice. Cut it into little goujons and then leave the milk or the buttermilk on it and drop it like you would salt and pepper squid or buffalo wings, and then fry that in a pan or in a deep fryer.
Yep.
And disguise that with a bit of sweet chili sauce, and you've got yourself a nice meal.
Oh,
That is
yum,
delicious.
Chris. My goodness.
I know
me.
he's a genius, but that is brilliant.
No, Chris is fantastic, and he's given us the detail here. Chris, I can get a little bit excited at times. You cook for the Adelaide Footy Club. You probably see me occasionally. I can occasionally make big promises. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I'm still waiting for my tuna, but I heard it's been a very slim season.
They've been lean, Chris. Did you hear Rowie before? They've been hard to catch. No, so
he was supposed to take me fishing, and it never happened because he said there's no tuna running. So,
well, don't reveal all these empty promises from 5AA. But I put it out to our audience, and I said I want to do a carp party where we might be able to get a listener in to taste the carp. We might be able to get Stephen to taste it too, and we can do a bit of a carp party. Now, could you possibly, I haven't hit you up, and I'm asking you pretty please, could you cook us up some carp in your special groovy way?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I'd get my dad along because he'd get huge kicks out of it because, he grew up eating this fish back in Austria. I know, and please don't blame the Europeans for introducing it. to the River Murray. I'm not sure why that ever happened.
We won't hold that against him.
Yeah, but look, if you're I went to the river for in the Christmas break to a friend's shack, and I decided to buy a rod, and threw it in, and you're guaranteed to catch a carp. So even if you take the kids to the river, and if you're not an avid fisherman like you, Ned, you can always catch a carp.
And that's what we love about it. And that's so good,
so
Chris.
Much fun.
It's so good. And if we can start preparing them in a way that we can actually eat them, well, wow, maybe we need to start looking at these carp a little bit differently.
Oh, and what they did sell, they sell carp mince. Right. So you can make fish cakes out of carp mince. You can buy carp mince. I'll flick you Nick, who's a massive commercial fisherman out of the Coorong. I'll flick you his number. You might want to have a chat to him as well.
I'd love to.
And they sell carp mince, and it's good for fish cakes and very affordable. Give it a go. Otherwise, definitely catch your own. Go down the Coorong or try your luck on the Murray River.
Chris, I have absolutely loved every single second of speaking to you, and whether you like it or not, you have agreed to the carp party, my friend. That. So you are now involved. Yeah. You poor bugger.
Bring it on.
yes.
I love
Great
this.
energy, Sammy.
And bring the old man with him as well.
Fantastic energy. Yeah. Everyone is involved.
Yeah, we might turn carp into an SA icon like the Golden North ice cream.
Mate, I don't know if we should go that far,
at your beautiful 5-star Jarmer's Kitchen restaurant soon, Chris. You watch.
Yeah, that's it, I reckon.
Fantastic.
Oh, excellent.
All right, well, you get back to it, mate. You get back to the restaurant. We thank you for your time. Thanks for joining us, mate.
No worries, mate. See you guys.
Chris
He's a
Jarmer,
star, isn't he?
how good is he? If there is a food out there that he doesn't know how to prepare and cook and make into an incredible meal, then I don't know what he's doing, because he knows just about everything in this business. He's outstanding.
Absolutely brilliant. And his willingness to agree to our party, Sammy. And his enthusiasm after.
Well,
Did you hear that?
That's the best. But there's some history in his family.
Yes, there
is. So that's the best part.
This party is shaping up beautifully. I'm going to go to I'm going to get some streamers, and I'm going to get a few bits and pieces.
Right.
Some plastic plates, and we're all going to eat carp together.
You know what you're also missing?
What am I missing?
A listener.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, you said you wanted to get a listener in here.
It sounds like you're throwing it out to our audience.
I think I am. 8223
Who's free tomorrow? No, next week.
Tuesday.
On Tuesday?
Yeah.
Is that what you're throwing out?
Join our carp party.
Oh, my God.
Here in the studio.
Oh, Sammy.
You want to be with Ned McHenry, Stephen Rowe, Chris Jarmer, myself. We're all going to sit here and we're going to try some of this outstanding carp that has been prepared by Chris Jarmer.
We're choosing a listener after the break, Sammy. But before that, we mentioned about the Port Lincoln Tuna Competition. Joining us was the winner on Saturday and the respectable final 4th placee, Andrew Harris, who fished out of Port Lincoln. Welcome, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Ned, Sam, how are you, mate?
Very, very well. Now, Andrew goes by Harry, so excuse me for calling him Harry. He is a friend of mine and a fishing associate, so I will call him that. We love nicknames on the show. We're still waiting to hear from our listeners. Is there anyone who has a mate who just goes by a funny nickname? Do you have anyone, Andrew? Oh, well, you go by Harry. Everyone calls you Harry. That's kind of one of them.
Yeah, that's very true, very true. I'm still trying to work out, Sam, how do I pay you to have an intro like you gave Ned tonight?
All right. Wreckfish extraordinaire man who has all the answers in the world when it comes to all things fishing. Andrew Harris, welcome to the show.
He's good at that, isn't he?
Thanks very much, Sammy. Again, thanks for having me.
Just call me the hype guy.
I'm absolutely dancing with the devil right now. I've just turned off of Anzac Highway, 10 minutes from home. I've got the whole family in the car, so one under 2 and one that's about 10 weeks old. So,
goodness me. Well, we'll make this quick, mate. It's surprisingly very quiet. How's the drive been? You've obviously come back from Port Lincoln and fished the competition. How was it, mate?
Oh, mate, it was fantastic. Drive has been great today. We stopped at Cow to break up the trip. There's a water park there for the kids. I couldn't get Van out of it. He went down the slide. That's kept us a little bit longer than anticipated for our trip home. But the Tuna Classic over at Port Lincoln, one of the best competitions I've been involved in. Ash and Steve, who organised that, take my hat off to them because it was a fantastic weekend away. And the fishing was pretty good. I don't know what Roey's talking about, boys.
That may be user error, as discussed last week. I'm trying to be nice to him on the show, Andrew. He's probably listening right now in the car thinking, no, they got me.
Oh, he needs some lessons. Maybe you need to take him out, Ned, I think.
He did well. He got one the other day off Cape Jervis, but I think they have been a little bit finicky. Off Port Lincoln, they seem to be going quite well, mate. I heard you caught an extraordinary amount of fish.
We did. I went out on Shane, who owns Tackle World Port Lincoln, absolute guru over there. So if you're in that area, make sure you drop into Tackle World and see him.
Friend of the show.
He's got a lovely big 750 North Bank, and we ventured out wide in that. We did pretty well on the first day. I think we were leading the board there for under 8 metre category. We definitely had the heaviest fish on board at the time, but unfortunately, fishing, throws up different things in the mix. And come 2:15, I think it was, on the Sunday, the heaviest fish of the comp was caught, and the winner taking home $63,500.
Isn't that amazing prize money? You spoke about how well that competition is organised and run. What a huge incentive to go there and travel and fish it, because that's a huge prize, isn't it?
Oh, mate, 100%. There would have been, we had 28 boats entered. There would have been 150 plus people. We were there for 5 nights, so fantastic little time to get away with the family as well. I think we spent probably $4,000 on food, accommodation and fuel. So, you do the numbers on that, and tourism side of things, that competition brings a fair bit to
What a
Port
great
Lincoln,
economic
that's for
driver.
sure.
Absolutely. For a town that's just so well supported by seafood in general. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So first prize took home just under $64,000. Second prize just under $20,000, and third prize was just under $5,000, I think it was.
And where did you finish?
Mate, we lost third prize by $100,000.
Sammy.
$100,000.
$100,000. Tell me, on Saturday when you were all leading, what did you think you were going to spend the money on? And did that conversation happen? What were you buying?
I'll give you the first one. We won the first fish of the comp, and in that 4-way hookup, so not only did we win the first fish of the comp, but we also got what was the heaviest fish at the time. It came in at a metre. And yeah, we were all thinking what we're going to spend that money on.
I can imagine knowing you guys. What was floated? What, $60,000 worth of fishing tackle or an upgrade to the boat? It would have been fishing related.
Yeah, well, I may or may not have. I'm towing my beautiful 6 metre at the moment, but I'm just about to build a 7.5 metre, Ned. So that 30-odd grand might have gone into that, I would have thought.
North Bank you're talking about. I met a couple at the Marion Bay boat ramp on the weekend, Sammy, and they were into me. They said, if you keep promoting that bloody North Bank on that fishing show, we have had it. And it was tongue-in-cheek. But I'm guessing I might talk about my North Bank occasionally on the show.
Oh, well, don't we all?
We love them, mate. We absolutely do. Hey, thanks for your insight. I can just hear your two little bubbers in the back there, so we won't hold you up for any longer. Get home safe. Thank you for joining us. And I don't know whether to say congratulations or just so close. 4th place.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, it was nail-biting on the Sunday night there when we were going through and weighing all these fish. But whether you win it or not, it was just such a great experience, such a well-run competition, and I'm looking forward to next year, and no doubt, hopefully, depending on when it is, you might be able to get over there as well, Ned.
I want to get there. It's on my bucket list. Rowie spoke about going down and catching a barrel in the southeast. Next year, I want to be at that Port Lincoln tuna comp because it seems like an absolute blast. Our guest, Andrew Harris, thank you for joining us.
Fantastic. Thanks, boys.
Excellent to have him on there, and that is a good comprehensive wrap, and just a shame he couldn't quite get it done. We have to
is a star.
Get to a break because we have your hot spots still to come, your tip of the week, Ned, and we have your mate Cookie.
We've got Cookie, yes, charter operator out of Marion.
We don't know what his name is.
What's his first name?
He just goes by Cookie.
What's his last name? I have absolutely no idea. After the break, we might find out.
5AA Nights with Leap Forest.
The great Peter Garrett.
I'm getting excited, I tell you.
Ruth Pointer.
It was magical.
The great Stephen Kernahan. Welcome, Sticks.
John Raymond is doing a show which is called A Tribute to John Denver.
I've got the biggest John Denver collection of records.
Leap Forest.
Roz Chow is in Shanghai.
Yes.
Weeknights from 7.
I've got 5AA right in on my app.
On 5AA, always Adelaide.
The cost of living keeps rising. Thankfully, so does the sun. That's why more Aussies are getting smart with SolarHeart. Go solar today and get up to $1,000 off a SolarHeart solar power system and battery package. That's right, get up to $1,000 off when you purchase a 5 kilowatt and above SolarHeart solar power system and an eligible GoodWe battery. Lower your energy bills with every sunrise. Get smart. Get SolarHeart. Terms and conditions apply.
Want to rev up your energy levels without energy drinks or carb-heavy snack bars? Do you care about the health of your heart? Caruso's Vitamin K2 plus Ubiquinol to the rescue. Caruso's Vitamin K2 plus Ubiquinol is a game-changing formula with powerhouse nutrients to support energy production, maintain your energy levels, and maintain the health of your heart. Rev up your energy and get more out of your day with Caruso's Vitamin K2 plus Ubiquinol. Available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
The BMW sale event starts this Thursday. Enjoy savings equal to the GST on select BMW vehicles across the range. Visit your participating BMW dealer today. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 18th of March 2024.
Easy, settle down. Who are you?
Jack the Crack? Ooh, nice straight walls you've got there.
What are you doing?
Messing up your house, compromising its integrity.
Why?
See that little crack there in the corner? That's all I needed.
But...
Step aside, please.
Don't let cracks ruin your home. Adelaide Screw Piling will underpin your foundation, saving you thousands. Fully licensed, servicing all suburbs. Go to adelaidescrewpiling.com.au.
Set sail with Phil Hoffman Travel and Crystal on the voyage of your lifetime. Discover why Crystal is truly exceptional at sea. Experience impeccable service, exquisite dining, including the only Nobu at sea, enriching experiences and opulent suites. Sailing across the globe from iconic to extraordinary destinations. Book your voyage by the 31st of March and receive an exclusive complimentary suite upgrade. Phil Hoffman Travel, for over 30 years creating moments you'll never forget. Visit pht.com.au.
Shares, property, interest rates, gold, the Aussie dollar, crypto, mortgages, big companies, small companies, and everything in between. We even throw in a bit of politics. Fear and Greed Business News is your daily podcast covering everything you need to know about business and investing. Most podcasts tell you what's going on. We help you understand why. So join us every day for Fear and Greed Business News on the Nova Player or wherever you get your podcasts. Fear and Greed, black and white, never grey.
Hearing Australia's Hearing the Nation tour is coming to Adelaide, delivering free hearing checks for adults. Search Hearing the Nation for more.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
Four-wheel driving? If you want to get there, you want to be TJM equipped. TJM, Nailsworth in Clovelly Park.
This is the 5AA Fishing Show, presented by Ned McHenry.
7 to 7, very shortly Leith Forrest will be joining us after 7 o'clock for his night's program, but Ned McHenry's here and he's got his tips of the week coming up and also his fishing hotspots, all thanks to Tackle World Adelaide. 612 Port Road, Allenby Gardens, or go to tackleworldadelaide.com.au.
Neddy's Fishing Hotspots.
Great episode so far, Sammy, led by you. You are our host, you set the tone, you do all the introduction stuff.
Yeah, but I don't bring much else.
I love you, mate, you're a good man.
You bring hotspots.
But we're into hotspots, and I've got some help, some reinforcement, as I so often do, and it's Cookie from Marion Bay, who runs Bottom End Fishing Charters. Cookie, do you have a real name?
Yeah, I do, mate. It's called Cookie.
So the police...
My mother calls me by my Christian name.
So the police pull you up after coming out of Marion Bay pub. You've only had 1 pint, so you're absolutely fine. You're towing the boat, and they say, mate, can we have a look at your driver's licence? What does it say on that?
It says, "G'day, Cookie." That's all right.
yeah.
I love this bloke already.
I'm not sure there even is police at Marion Bay, is there? I was there on the weekend. It's a quiet gem.
It is. It's a lovely place to live and conduct your business.
Absolutely, and the fishing is red hot. Now, I mentioned you run Bottom End Fishing Charters, which does a sensational job out of that part of the world if you're looking to jump on board a charter. What have you been catching? What's been going on? Talk to us about hotspots in the area, mate, because I know the fishing has been a little bit tough at times. Is that fair?
It is, mate. It is. I was only talking to one of my counterparts the other day. There's only 2 of us that live here locally that conduct charters, and it has been a little bit difficult. We think it's got to do with the cold water upwelling that's here presently. there have been some really good whiting getting around. Unfortunately, we don't have tuna yet. That's probably because the water temperature is about 18.5 degrees out of Pondy. If you go over near Kangaroo Island, it jumps up to around 22, and the other side of Wedge, it's about that too. But unfortunately, they're giving us a bypass. There are a few nice nannies around, and we've always got nice morwong with them, and all other reef species are available when we're catching nannies as well. But the whiting have been good for me lately.
Absolutely. Marion Bay, I was just so impressed with the amount of options that you can do there, Cookie. Like, you are in such a pole position to explore the north coast of Kangaroo Island or go to Wedge Island or fish inshore for whiting. There's so many options. Just talk us through what a day might look like fishing-wise there.
All right. Well, if you're going to go to Kangaroo Island, I'd recommend you launch out of Marion Bay because it's closer. Well, I reckon it is anyway. And you can just shoot straight across. It's only about a 50k run, so just over an hour. You know, put some music on, keep customers happy. And once you get there, you know, your options are the same as when you're out near Wedge Island. I mean, there's accidental capture of blue groper quite regularly over there. Nanagai, again, you'll hit the odd harlequin fish. Blue morwong.
Beautiful eating fish.
Yes, the harlequin is. We had one, my son got one, I don't know, 6 months ago, and it was sensational. We actually had it with Double D, Danny Doback, who's from Step Brothers or whatever that movie's called. It's very good, his name called.
Hang on, who is this Double D?
Yeah, Danny Doback. He's a decky on the Zadar, a prawn trawler that's out of North Arm at the moment. They're out working tonight.
Absolutely brilliant. You blokes down the bottom of Yorks, you just operate a little bit differently, mate. I can't quite keep up with you lot.
Yeah, we, hey, look, mate, my boat, enjoy yourself, drink as much as you like, as long as you're responsible. I see it as people go away for the weekend to catch fish with their friends, drink some alcohol, and rip it out of one another. I clean that up a bit. And I just like to get in on the act. My boat isn't that politically correct, so make sure you got a pretty thick skin and enjoy yourself. And people seem to respond to it. They enjoy going back 10, 15 years in time once they step on my boat.
Absolutely, Cookie. We love fishing. We love that camaraderie and what that creates, mate. So well said. And we love what you do down there at Marion Bay. A comprehensive kind of understanding too, Sammy, with our hotspots, the whiting, blue morwong, and nannies you spoke about. No tuna, though, but there are some tuna off Cape Jervis. So, Cookie, thank you for joining us, mate. We'll catch up soon.
No problems. You go ahead and have a great season, you and my boys, all right?
He's a Crows man by the sounds.
Very nice. I knew I liked Cookie.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
Hey,
before we disappear, we've got to get to your tip of the week, Ned.
Neddy's Fishing Tip of the Week.
A few funny texts too. Good way to eat carp. Soak carp in a bucket of water with a buck for 24 hours and throw the carp out and eat the bricks. Jim from Kilburn, you won't be coming to the carp party, mate. We've already got our people. That'll be next week. Think I will eat a pasta. Carbonara. Cheers, CJ. Well done, CJ. That's actually quite funny.
I think that's
Good
Chris
stuff.
Jarma.
Oh, is it? That was Chris Jarma. That's not Chris Jarma. It's someone
Yes,
else.
it is.
Ned's tip. Okay, every fisho needs this,
Right.
Sammy. This is my tip before we go. An overnighter box. Go to Bunnings, get yourself a nice box. Now, because if you've got your sleeping bag here and you've got your utensils and your gas stove here, you look at an overnighter or a weekend away and it's all just a little bit too much, Sammy.
Yeah.
It's all just a bit overwhelming. But what I do is I chuck every single thing that's needed for an overnighter in this one box. So my toothbrush, toothpaste, gas burner, sleeping bag, pillow, everything in this box.
Right.
So if I decide I'm going to Marion Bay tomorrow, Sammy, I pick that box up and off I go. And that's how easy it is. And that's why I think I get away more than some of my mates, because it doesn't seem as hard as what it sometimes does if you've got stuff scattered everywhere.
So where do you sleep?
What do you mean?
Well, are you in the back of the car operator?
Oh,
or
no,
how's it?
I roll the sleeping bag out in the boat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
No, I know, mate. I'm old school. Yeah.
Wow, you are.
Yeah,
Out
no,
in
I'm
the
old school.
elements.
So Marion Bay, I went there. We drove there pretty much through the night, arrived just before midnight. I just rolled the swag out. I went to sleep for about 4 hours. Not the swag, sleeping bag.
Yeah.
And then woke up and then just fished all day and then drove home.
Gee, that sounds like the life.
What a life. I am living, Sammy. I'm not existing. I'm living.
I love this. Ned McHenry, you are done for the night. You have filled a very good shift, mate. Well